Hey everybody, this is Oasis Gaming. Today we're going to be doing a deck profile for a budget version of the BOROS Cycling deck. And we call it BOROS. I know it's four colors here, but we're only really using white and red here. Cards like Frostveil Ambush, Memory Leak, Startling Development, they really only exist just because they have Cycling 1. So we build up to our win con, which is going to be Zenith Flare. This card's really powerful. It allows you to deal X damage to any target and gain X life, where X is the number of cards with cycling in your graveyard, so it's really, really strong. Other win cons are going to be Flourishing Fox. This card gets really big really fast. If they don't kill it, it's really hard to deal with. Valiant Rescuer can help you build a board to maintain a good board state, or you can just swing in with a big old army. Draenith Stinger helps you ping for that damage you need to get in for lethal, and Draenith Healer, 9 times out of 10 you're going to cycle this. It's not that important, but it does come up sometimes. Go for Blood. This is removal. Sometimes your Flourishing Fox gets big enough, you use this. Remove big targets. Luris is just recursion. Since each permanent in our deck has to cost 2 or less, it can recur anything from Fox, Rescuer, Stinger, Healer, just all of our good stuff. Keeps all of our board safe. Alright, let's get into some games here. First up, we're going to be fighting Riddleform Shade. Rocking the Dovin avatar. This hand's pretty alright. It's got exactly the correct mana we need. It's got a turn 1 and 2 play. I think I'll keep it. It doesn't really have any cycling yet, but we could probably draw into it. Also, I should shout out to my friend Andrew. This gameplay is for him. That's why I've got the Godzilla sleeves that he so graciously gave me for Arena. We'll start out with the Flourishing Fox. Karuga the Macro Sage, this makes me think this is probably Jeskai Fires. Yep, this is definitely Jeskai Fires. Bone Crusher Giant's going to get rid of our Fox there, which is fine, because we have Valiant Rescuer to follow up with. So turn 4, he's going to hit Fires, and then we're going to have to deal with a lot of problems. But the good news is, once he plays that, this deck usually doesn't have Counterspell for Zenith Flare, so this will just become a race to see how fast we can Zenith Flare him before he kills us. Worst case scenario is he'll see Kenrith, and he'll gain way too much life for us to be able to reach. Okay. We'll go ahead and cycle. Get a human boy. Okay, now we're going to start seeing a problem here. Luckily, though, he hasn't played anything yet, so we can swing in with the Rescuer for 3. This guy's pretty big. Okay, this should be the Fires of Invention turn, which is the turn we should be most worried about. Usually don't want to play Luris until you're absolutely sure you can recur with it, because if they just kill it, then this was for nothing, except to bait out a removal. And sometimes it's good enough to just have that. But this has been very unfortunate, drawing into most of our lands here. Definitely not something we want to see. Okay, so it looks like he does not have Fires of Invention, which is good for us. I'm going to go ahead and play the... Well, if I play the Luris, that'll bait out whatever board wipe he has in his hand, and I think I just want to hold that for now. We'll go ahead and cycle this. Alright. And we'll go ahead and... If I swing in with the Rescuer, there's a good chance he'll block with it, but I don't need to swing in with it, because Zenith Flare will get there anyway. We'll just hold it. Now, the reason I don't cycle this on my turn is because I'd rather do it now, because it gets me... He can only create a human once a turn, so if I hold it up and wait on my opponent's turn, I can get another human for the price of the same thing, basically. And it doesn't really matter when you do it, preferably before combat or during blockers. It would be correct to do it during when I choose blockers, because then I add like, oh, I added that surprise extra damage in, but realistically it doesn't really matter. Swinging in with that, that's fine. We'll go ahead and block with 3 here. I'm not really sure what this is supposed to indicate. That was very strange. Okay, it's a Teferi. Probably just going to bounce our guy back to our hand. Okay, we'll have to deal with this. I'm going to go ahead and just pass to my turn. Yep, we're just continuing to draw lands, which is not really that good. I'm going to go ahead and play Lurrus, though, because now I can play the Fox and cycle something. It's not the best, but if we're lucky... Oh, okay. Why? Oh, because it's cycle 2. I misplayed. Whoops. That's fine. He might look to board wipe here, or kill Lurrus. Yep, he's just going to board wipe. And we're just going to continue to draw lands. Great. I could use Zenith Flare to kill Teferi. There's not really a reason to, because I can just swing in next turn and hold this up to remove whatever creature he plays. Because that's the key, is knowing when to use your Zenith Flare. Because you can use it as key removal, but it's also one of the few ways you'll actually win the game. Yeah, we are just getting absolutely mana flooded here. This usually means he has something to kill this. Because I don't know, usually people won't leave their Teferi this vulnerable. Yeah, there it is. And we're going to go ahead and... Oh, that's right, Teferi. I can't cast things at instant speed. Well, that's unfortunate. So the goal now is to hopefully draw into a cycling card and then cycle our way to win with Zenith Flare here. Because for whatever reason, this dude is not drawing his Fires of Invention, so he's having to hardcast everything. Shark Typhoon, really good card. Okay, so we do hit a cycling card here. He cannot counter cycling, so that's good. We'll keep doing it. And we're just going to keep doing it. At this point, I'm just going to go all in on the Zenith Flare because there's no reason. If I play any creature, he's just going to bounce it with Teferi, so it'd be pointless. It's better to just draw out my deck here. And now we have lethal next turn because these will both just kill him instantly. If he plays a Fires of Invention here, that's probably the best thing for us. Because then he definitely won't have a counterspell. Okay, Narset is not a counterspell, which is good. Okay, he runs both Narsets. That's interesting. Something you don't really see very often. Okay. We'll see if we got it. Yep. He did have a counterspell, but luckily it's one that only negates unless you pay, so it just means we won't have lethal this turn, which is fine, because we have 23 life now and they have 6. So unless they somehow figure out a way to get to 11 life, 12 life, then we will have lethal next turn, assuming they don't have another counterspell. Mystical Dispute, something you see in the main a lot. There's a lot of blue decks in the meta right now. Okay, fail to find on Narset. You love to see it. Okay. Let's see if we got it. Cycle Shark Typhoon. It's a good game. Looks like opponent doesn't have anything. He's going to try to draw something here. Opponent. What you got there, buddy? Nope, it's lethal. We got it. Alright, got game one. I am playing in best of one format, mostly because I'm not sure what I would run in a sideboard for this. But I do see the Lurrus version of cycling a lot in best of three as well, along with the Zerdra the Dawnwaker build, which I'll probably do a video on that at a later date. This hand's really good. I'll keep it. We are on the draw, and we do have ways to cycle early, and we did draw into 2 Zenith Flares, so this is fine. We'll start with a Mountain. Doesn't matter when we cycle. That's a really good draw. Yorion Temple of Mystery will most likely indicate this is Yorion Elementals, which means I've got probably about a 4-turn timer before this gets out of control. Ooh, tough call. I think we're going to go ahead and start with the Fox, because I want that to grow. That's a good draw. You usually don't play 2 Foxes unless you have to. There's really no reason. Yep, okay. We'll just get a little bit of removal out of him. We'll go ahead and play the second Fox. The great news is when he removes these, it just adds more fodder into the graveyard for the Zenith Flare, so it's just really good. Okay, we'll go ahead and put this Fox out of Flame Sweep range. It's cool, he has the special art for it. Yep, so Lightning Stormkin will 100% confirm that this is Yorion Elementals. He's gotten pretty bad draws, it looks like, which is good news for us. The bad news is going to be I have officially run out of cycling cards here. I could play Lurrus just to get the Fox out of the graveyard, but if he has another Flame Sweep in hand, that'll 100% be what he does. I do want to play this, but I might just get better value out of it for cycling. I'm going to swing him with the Fox. See what he does here. He chooses to block, which is fine. We'll let him kill it. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cycle this just because I can recur it with Lurrus, and I'd rather have a bigger guy. Yeah. Perfect. And we'll stop there. I might cycle this on the end step, but I might want to wait and see what I draw. Storm's Wrath. That does not kill Fox. Why would he play that? Okay, opponent scoops it up. Looks like he just had a really bad hand that he thought he could get through any removal. So early Fox was what got us there. Alright, that's 2 meta decks already. We got Jeskai Fires and Yorion Elementals. It's pretty strong stuff. Okay, game 3 against Vision Quest. Cool name. Okay, this is really good. Unfortunately, I don't have any red, but I'm going to go ahead and run with it just because this might the Valiant Rescuer might just be enough value to get us where we need to go. Plus, I can cycle on turn 1. We're also on the draw. We could draw into it. Nope. But I will cycle this. Okay, still no red mana. It's fine. We're still in there. This is definitely a teamer deck, but I don't know the variant yet because I haven't seen him play anything. He's got the little cool cat sleeves, though. And he's got a little fox. Okay, so this looks like it might be another Teamer Elementals deck, and sweet, we got our thing, so I'm going to go ahead and play the Stinger so we can start doing some ping damage here. That might have been a bit of a misplay, because I could have just played Gone for Blood and killed his mana dork, but this should still be fine, because we draw into our second mana source here. Plus, he will definitely not block this, so yep. Yep, it was a mistake, because it doesn't look like he has the other land, and now I have no ability to kill that next turn. Yep. Definitely going to be a mistake there. But I can play another one. It will die to the Omnath, but I'm probably just going to go for blood here to kill his Omnath, just because I don't really want to deal with that. This card is way too much value to just let run wild. Oh, great. He had two. That's the thing about Arena. You'll find most of the time that these people will always have duplicates of these cards for whatever reason. Okay, when it ETBs, it does that that damage thing, so I shouldn't have to worry about that too much. Now we're just rolling in the luck here as I top deck another Valiant Rescuer. Gonna grow our army. Opponent says nice. I'm just going to hold this up to cycle. There's not really a reason for me to not do that. Because next turn is definitely going to be my Luris turn. Okay, that's a big problem. Yep. Agent of Treachery, Thassa. Remember, only the worst Magic players on Earth use Agent of Treachery. Because they're so bad they have to rely on broken cards to win their games. If he swings with Omnath, I will kill it. Go ahead and cycle this. Okay, we got Zenith Flare. That actually makes me reconsider here. Because actually it does make the Zenith Flare bigger. Yeah, I'd rather just have it die. That's perfectly fine. We'll go ahead and play Luris here. I would rather play the Drain of Stinger here because I need to get ping damage, because once he gets within lethal range, I should just be able to fire it and he'll lose. Yeah, playing multiples of these is going to put me on quite a timer here. But if I don't swing in, it shouldn't be that bad. Hoping he sees a land here. Yes, he does, so he has nothing he can play. He just has scary 5/6 threats on board that we can... I could block it and take no damage because it doesn't have trample. However, if I swing in with all of these next turn, I might just win off that. Because it'll put him within range if he blocks the Dranith. I think I'll just let it through. Okay, so I can play Rescuer, cycle 1, and still have enough for a Flare. It does decrease my damage by 1, but I don't think it matters. Yeah, it shouldn't matter that much because I'm putting another card in the graveyard for it. Okay. We'll swing him with everything. And opponent will scoop it up knowing that we have the Zenith Flare in hand. I wouldn't, yeah, because normally people won't attack with Luris unless they have game. Alright. And that's the deck. I hope you guys join us next time.